Everyone. How are you this evening? I'm coming to you with another episode of Meet the Mustangs. This is Nicole Robinson, and today I have the pleasure of talking to Mike Shaw, number 6 of the Connecticut Mustangs. So, Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. And yourself?
Pretty good. Just, a little tired right now from working all day, but, that's the life. That's the life. So before I get into anything that really has to do with football, let me ask you how you're handling yourself during this pandemic. Like this is a really crazy time for a lot of people right now. So how are you handling yourself? Like did it affect you in any kind of negative way? Are you kind of like just trying to keep your head up during it? Like what's going on?
Um, I mean, to start off by saying this is a tragic time in the world right now with everything going on, but it hasn't really affected me because I was still able to work. I'll be, I'm still able to do everything I was doing before the time of the pandemic started. So yes, it gets slow at times, but my income hasn't changed. So I'm grateful for that. My kids' health are perfect. They not haven't really been affected by it. I've been keeping them pretty out of the way since this whole thing been going. So it's just keeping my family safe, keep providing, making sure I keep on doing my day-to-day things as a father.
Well, that's good. Where do you work if you don't mind me asking?
I do home improvement.
Okay, cool. Another handyman. It was someone else I talked to. They said they did something around like home improvements and stuff.
Yeah,
So I said that stuff comes in handy.
it does.
Definitely, definitely. So why don't you just start tonight by telling me like where you're from, a little bit about your childhood, how you grew up, and how did you enjoy your childhood?
Okay, well, I grew up in New Haven, obviously, but I'm not from here. My parents are, my whole family's from here, but I was actually born in Germany because my dad was military, so him and my mom went off over there. He had me. I was there for 4 years, then moved to South Carolina. I was there till I was 13, so I moved up here when I was 13, and I've been here ever since. It was rough growing up with my dad being in the military and never being really stable nowhere, like building a foundation nowhere because any given time we can move. So it's been kind of a scramble growing up, but when I moved up here, it just became real relaxed because he was out of the service. So I feel like I grew up in New Haven.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's funny because I've never actually like talk to anybody that's like a child of a military person, but a lot of people, they say that like you guys move all over the place and you never really find some place that you can call home. But I mean, good thing you got to, call CT home because,
Yeah.
look at all the great stuff you're doing, especially with the football team. So since you came here when you were 13, that means you went to high school here, correct?
Yes.
What high school did you attend?
I went to James Hill House.
Okay. Did you play any sports in high school?
Yes, I played football all 4 years.
Oh, cool. So how like all 4 years? That's interesting. Not a lot of people that I've been talking to have said they played all 4 years, which is good. But
Yeah, I actually played.
so what made you actually get into football? Like to play in high school all 4 years and then to still be continue to play now, like you have to have a love for the sport. So like
Yeah,
what made you get into it and like when did you fall in love with it?
I actually fell in love with football at a young age. Actually, I think I've loved football since I was 6 years old.
Oh wow.
My father just kept me involved with it. No matter where we lived, I played football. I played a sport everywhere I lived. And I just grew to love football. And I had a real talent for it in high school, but the society and me growing up, me actually becoming a man, a lot of stuff hindered me from actually taking it to the next level. What a lot expected me to. So I guess the basic love that where I could have been still motivates me to this day.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. So what I'm not gonna assume about college, so I'm just gonna ask, did you attend college?
Yes, I actually went to Utica College,
Okay. Do they have a
but
football team?
yes,
Did you play there?
Yes, but financial reasons, I had to come back home.
Oh, okay, yeah, gets the best of us. Do you ever think
Yeah.
about going back to college?
Yes, but not for football. Just to pursue my career in business management.
Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. I
That's gonna be something that I look into once the pandemic is over.
Yeah, I was actually in school for business management. I did some classes at an accelerated college, Albertus Magnus, and then I did some classes online at Post. And I don't like online schooling is great when you're an adult because you still have to work, and I had my children at the time. But it's not. I love being in the classroom because you get that more visual thing with the teacher. You don't have to send an email and wait for a response. It's like right there and everything is quick. So, I mean, hopefully, when this pandemic is over, you do get you're able to go back to school and do what you need to do because sometimes you don't always need to go to college to be successful, but sometimes it does help.
Yes.
So what made you try out for the Mustangs? Like what made you say I want to do semi-pro? Like when you finished college and stuff.
Well, what made me go into semi-pro was obviously I came home and I couldn't finish my college career, so I was trying to find avenues to get myself back in the doorway to going back to college. So I use semi-pro for footage more than personal. I really used it to like elevate my skills and get more tape out to different schools to see if I could get a response back. Because the Mustangs weren't really my first semi-pro team. I started semi-pro when I was 19 for the New Haven Venom.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been playing semi-pro for a while.
So you said so you started playing when you were 19. How old are you now?
26.
26. So yeah, that is wow, about 7 years. Wow. Got it under your belt. I mean, I will say I commend you for coming home and trying to do things to try to get back into college because a lot of people would take I mean, speaking from experience, I had financial issues myself with college, and a lot of people kind of say, okay, well, I don't have the money, I'm not gonna go back. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna, be lazy. But it really is a good thing that like you said, you took football to try to help you get back into doing what you needed to do. And
Hmm.
that's a positive thing because a lot of people are probably looking up to you right now to see and seeing that you are trying to still lead that positive life and go on the right path. So
Hmm.
definitely. So you've been playing for 7 years, right? How long would you say you have left in you to play? Like, how many years do you feel like you have left?
Physically, I think I can play at a high level for a few more years, more than I could say. I could give my body maybe 3 to 4 more years of playing,
Okay.
but mentally, it's so many other things I want to focus on
Yeah.
and put my time into than actually playing football. I would never not love the sport. I will always want to play the sport, but with 2 kids, it's time to start thinking more business wise than the sports wise.
Yep. That is true. That is definitely true. So, like you keep saying, I keep saying, besides for the love, because we know you love football, what do you wish to get out of playing with the Mustangs or even with any semi-pro league?
It's just family. It's like playing with the people that I grew up with. So most of my best friends play on the football team. So
Okay.
it's more for us to do things. It's more time for us to do things together in a positive way. Just hanging out. It's
Yeah.
stuff that we enjoy and we all look forward to it. It just gives us another like alleyway to be together, kind of. So I look at it and
That's
everything.
good. That's good. Like, I haven't been doing the interviews long. You're probably like my seventh or eighth one, but most of the guys say the same thing. Like, you guys are like a family, and that's really important because when you go through those bad times, they're right there. When you go through the good times, they're right there. And then you guys are still that family and still be able to connect. So it's really nice to have like that brotherhood with them. So you mentioned kids. So I know you have your two kids. If you don't mind me asking, how old?
One is 9 months and one is 6. I have
Okay.
my daughter is older.
Wow. So besides the kids taking up some of your time, because I have two kids myself, a 16-year-old and a 5-year-old, so I know how that goes. What other things do you do with your time? Like, what other hobbies do you have besides the kids and the football?
Actually, me and a bunch of my brothers from the team, were we're starting a business.
Okay.
So we most of our time goes into getting our business off the ground, getting established, and focusing on networking as a business. So most of our time goes to that. Like, if it's not football, the conversation is what can benefit our business. So
Yeah, I hear that. Do you guys have a name for the business yet, or is it still like is that something that's still in the talking stage?
it's in the talking stages. It's coming along. It'll be out soon, sooner than later. I just don't
Okay.
want to speak much on it, but it's definitely in the works. We're making real progress.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, someone sees this interview and they can say, you know what, let me contact Mike Shaw to see what kind of business they're doing. And, because right now it's not always about what you know, it's about who and that's a part of the reason why Deshaun is doing these interviews so that you guys can, yes, get your fans and behind you backing on the football side, but a lot of you guys are talking about the business side as well. And like you said, getting older, having kids, you have to start thinking about what you're gonna do for your business. So, that's a plug and we might, get you some business from this interview.
Hopefully,
So this is my last question for you tonight. What's next for you after football with the Mustangs? Like, what is your next step right after you come off of that field to say like for your future?
being a great businessman, make providing a great life for my kids. That's what it's about at this moment. Even with me playing football, it's all about my kids. Everything that I do is for my kids. So
I hear that.
being a great businessman, a great father, a great role model for my son, making sure he grow up the way he's supposed to, making sure my daughter becomes a young lady she's supposed to. That's my number one job right now. That's my
Yep.
goal.
Yep. I think that's the best job in the world, honestly. My daughter drives me crazy. She's the younger one. My son's the older one. She drives me crazy, but that's my heart. She just turned 5, so she thinks she grown, she all that, but that's how it goes. So before we end, is there anything you'd like to add? Like anything you would want people to know about Mike Shaw or the Connecticut Mustangs or just Mike Shaw without the Connecticut Mustangs? Anybody watching this interview, what would you like them to know?
That I'm human. I made mistakes. I grew from my mistakes. I'm bettering myself every day. I surround myself with nothing but positive influences. And hey, what you see is what you get. It's straightforward.
Well, I hear you, and I guess everyone else hear you. What you see is what you get. Exactly. So I would like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit with me and talk and do this interview. Hopefully, it gets you guys the exposure that you need. All right, and everyone, this concludes another episode of Meet the Mustangs with Mike Shaw, number 6 of the Connecticut Mustangs.